During the Mid-Autumn Festival, the moon gets very round in the sky. Have you ever looked up at a full moon and wondered what those dark spots are? Do you think they look like an animal? Well, some people say it looks like a rabbit. But how did the rabbit get to the moon? Let me tell you an ancient story about that. Once upon a time, there lived an old hermit in the mountains. He didn't want to socialize with people, but he had 3 very good friends: a fox, a monkey, and a rabbit. Together they lived a very blissful life. They lived near a forest with a river flowing through it, an orchard, and fields. So they would often go and catch fish in the river, pluck fruits from the trees, and help themselves to the vegetables and grains from the fields. And they lived happily together in this beautiful place for a long time. But one year a drought hit the area. There was no rain for weeks, and then months, and all the rivers dried up, and all the fish died. All the trees in the forest and in the orchard dried up as well, and lost all of their fruit. The land became barren and cracked. It became so difficult to find food that everyone began to starve. And so during this time, the old hermit fell ill of malnutrition. He was sick and bedridden. So the fox, the monkey, and the rabbit were very worried about him. At one point, they had not eaten for 3 days, but the 3 friends decided that they would need to go out and try one more time. They decided to split up and look in different places for anything they could find. The fox went into the forest, and he looked all day, but all he could find were a few dry branches. The monkey went into the orchard to look, but at the end of the day, all he found were 3 very shriveled fruits. And the poor rabbit went into the field and searched all day, but came back empty-handed. By the time the rabbit returned, it was almost dark. The old hermit saw his 3 friends return and said in a very weak voice from the bed, "I'm glad that you've returned safely. Thank you for everything that you've done for me. You must be so hungry. Please eat the fruit. Don't worry about me." It was getting really dark, so the fox lit the branches and started a fire so that they could warm themselves by it. But none of the 3 friends could bear to eat the fruit. All they wanted was for their friend, the hermit, to get better. So they sat staring at the fire for a while. The rabbit, seeing how hungry everyone was, came to a quiet position. She said to her friends in a steady voice, "I can't let you starve anymore. I'm going to sacrifice myself so that you may eat my meat and stay alive." And before anyone could say anything, the rabbit jumped straight into the fire. But right at that very moment, the Jade Emperor, who had seen what had happened, reached down from the heavens and plucked the rabbit out of the fire. The Jade Emperor said, "Rabbit, I am so touched by your act of selflessness and courage to sacrifice yourself for your friends. I'm going to put you on the moon for everyone to see so they can learn of the great deed that you have done." And that is how the rabbit got to the moon. The end.